M0FXB Hamtech, welcome to my channel. Let's say you want to change the node number on your Allstar node. It's very easy to get a number, and it's recommended that when you get extra numbers you use this system here. So we're on the portal section here. Look at the top where it says portal, go to node settings, and these are my numbers. And if I go continue, I can choose this section here which says 53901. Then you've got NNX, and that won't be the actual number with the NNX, but what it does, if you continue forward and request a number in this way, you can get 10 numbers, and it only actually gives up one node number, if that makes any sense. So you would press request here if you wanted to get a brand new number, and then just send. Okay, but it extends the one to go for, and then go continue, and you'll get an extra number. And so if I went continue now, see the numbers there at the top, submit, and if I go back to my node numbers or node settings, look, I've now got 15. I can use that. And remember, every number when you click here on the green section has a password. Okay, but we're playing around with 5390112 today, and we're going to have a go actually just changing the number on my Allstar node. So download PUTTY, nice and simple. Just click download and run that. You'll end up with this program here. When you put into your search bar PUTTY, it will open like this. There's our window for entering our IP address. We find our IP address by going to somewhere like Advanced IP Scanner and doing a scan. The way I do it is I tend to use my own router, but I'll do a scan now. Watch scan. If I go to my router, and if you look here, it says alarm pi, and there's my IP address ending 102. Eventually that will come up on here, and sometimes the names are a bit, you might have added an older hotspot and it'll just remember that name, but we're looking for 102, which is just here, and it hasn't given it a name in this case, but you can rename it. But anyway, that's the one we're playing with today. We'll go into PUTTY, put the IP address in here, SSH, and normally it's 222, but I changed mine to 223, but normally here it's 222. Click open. It's going to start asking for your password. The default password is root, R-O-O-T. When you press enter, it's root again, but I've got a password. You don't see it when you type that. Enter. Just type it again. Okay, and then this window opens. There's a lot you can do in this window, but one of them, if we look here, going down the list, number 3 is change the node number. So we're going to go click 3, then run. Do you want to set up your node configuration? And I'm going to go yes. And then it reboots, so you click OK, and then we're going to log back in exactly the same way. And whilst you're here, if you're on number 1, you could actually do an update. Just go number 1 and click run selected item, but I'm not going to do that. Just going to go reboot the system. Log back in, password. Back in. So look at this section here. It's quite important that you tick the correct box. If you don't, it won't ask you for your call sign and password of your node number. It says this script is really made for first time use. If this is a first time configuration, it is safe to continue. Otherwise, read above. As saved changes are saved in, I'll just read what it says. The files that will be changed are IAX, conf, a repeater conf, and extension conf. So I'm just going to click yes and keep going forward. And it's here where I can change my node number, which is the reason for this video. So all I want to do is add a, if I just go back one, I just want to change the 12 to a 13. Just going to click that, go back one, put a 13, and then go forward. Click OK. So I've already got a node that's using 12, you see. Do you want to change it? I'm going to put yes. Then I'm going to say no, it's not a private node. Same call sign, it's remembered that. That's fine. I'm always going to say yes to reporting. Yes to voice ID, we like that. The port number, it's actually changed it slightly to 4570. I think I'll probably keep that to 69. So I don't really tend to use them. There you go. I don't use them at the same time. I think nearly always we select this. Someone tell me what you would use the other ones for, but I'll just leave it at number 1 default. Now this is important. We need the password for node 59013. So when you go back here and I click here, I'm going to get that password. So I'll be changing this password that you're seeing here so that they match. Now that's interesting because it's sort of split one node number up. It's kept the same password. So there you go. Click OK. I might put a password in for my IAX RPT. Why not? I can use it for when I'm using apps and things. I can use the Windows program as well that's called IAX RPT. Then again, maybe I'll save that for later. I'm going to go no. So now it says you will need to review and configure the simple USB conf. In particular, the carrier from needs to be set to match your radio's COS polarity. Now, I'm not an expert, but to me the COS wire is the one that is deciding whether we're TXing, receiving plus or minus. And so you can configure this. And there are instructions on the ham VoIP site. So I'm not going to configure the USB now anyway, but we will go back into that. I think it's number 12, I think we'll see in a sec. So we're going to go no for now. And then final sort of restart to enable everything. And hopefully when it comes back on, the node number will be different. But if you ever want to run the USB thing, it's here, look, number 12. If we just go into that, just out of interest, it's rebooting, so it might not. Let's give it a quick reboot, go to number 15 and go run selected item, reboot, and hopefully when it's back on will be 13. And that's it, and you'll see that I am now with the same SD card 539013 live on Allstar. Bye for now, 7.3. So I find that there's one more change you've got to do, otherwise your Supermon number doesn't change. So here's Supermon. The way to log in is you put the IP address /Supermon, and look, the number still ends 12, although on the system I am 13. If you look here, look, 13 is live, but 12 isn't. So let's just quickly do that. Download WNSCP. Okay, just download that, and when you open it, it looks like this. It's all great learning, like so. And we want to open a new session. So we just put in the IP address, same as PUTTY, same number at the end, same password, username, password, so root here. If you've never used this before, you click new site, root, and then password here. Click login, and if you get it right, you get this nice window. So all we got to do is see where it says root. Just click that, root, and we're looking for one that's called SRV. So it's just down here, look, SRV. Click that, and then we're looking for HTTP here, HTTP. Double click, and then you've got the word Supermon. Double click that there, and then one of them here called Allmon Ini. Double click that, and the number has still stayed at 12, so we're going to change that to a 3. Okay, and then save. And now let's reboot everything. Just close this down completely, and then we'll go back into PUTTY and do a proper reboot. So we go PUTTY. Remember, I'm learning, so if I get things wrong, I'm learning. You know, every video I've ever made is just me learning. All right, so log in, open, password. It's quite time consuming. And then we'll do a proper reboot. So reboot, run, reboot. So when it reboots, now hopefully when we go back to this page and refresh, the number will change to 13. We'll soon find out. You should hear my item reboot and call out the IP address as well. Just turned up the radio so you can hear it. Doesn't do it every time, which is weird, but anyway, hopefully it will. I can change the audio. So that's all good. Oh yeah, I can change the audio in the USB settings. Now if we refresh now, there you are. Look on the top left, we've now got 13. I can actually, once you've set up Supermon, which I just sort of showed you the setting there, you can then use Supermon to change. Watch if I click here, and we have to log in. You create your username and log in just there, but no, it's always admin for login, but the username you set. Let's just hit that. No, we didn't log in. Let's try again. Right, well, I'm going to log in, don't worry. Okay, when you are logged in, it actually gives you the option to log out. And then now, look, watch, I can just go 41522, which is HubNet, connect. And look, we're now connected to HubNet.
I've certainly heard of those.
So hopefully this is going to help you change your node number on Supermon as well. I will show you the section where you change the Supermon password. Back to WNSCP. You know, when you use WNSCP, you're effectively just changing the files in your SD card, even though you're still attached to the Raspberry Pi. So we're just going to go open. Just wants my password. And we're in. Let's go to, I'm pretty sure it's called Manager Conf. So you go back to root, SRV again. Where is it? HTTP, and then Supermon, then the one that's called Allmon ini. And here we can set a password, but then we still have to tell it to use that password, because it won't actually use it yet. So, but once you've set a password here, yeah, just close it down, save it and close it down, then go back into PUTTY and put in this command. We'll log back in. How many times? Then this time you're going to go to, where is it? Number 9, and go start bash shell run. And we can put a couple of commands in here that's going to tell Supermon that we're going to remove the old password and add a new one. So let's type it. We'll go cd space /srv/http/supermon, and then hit the enter. We're in the directory. Now to remove the password, we type rm space dot httpasswd, enter. And then it asks us to remove, and we just type yes, then enter. It's removed the password. Now to add the password, so you go httpasswd space small c b big B space dot httpasswd admin, and then press enter on that. And then it wants us to type the new password. So we're just using a Raspberry 6 again. Enter, then retype Raspberry 6, enter. And that's it, it's done it. just type exit, enter, and then you can see there you can reboot the system and click run, reboot, and that's it. You're all ready with your new node number. Bye for now.